Our last speaker today is Nancy Klinkhamer. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Nancy is the mother of a young man with muscular dystrophy. Her son Mike is 29, and he actually moved out on his own last summer. Nancy and I share a couple things in common. She currently works now, volunteers at the neuromuscular clinic in Vancouver, which is where I was a patient for many years. And it looks like she was also a volunteer at the Olympics, which was a very exciting thing for any of you guys that watched them or was there. It was an awesome experience. So, Nancy, there you go.
Well, thank you, Laura. And good morning, everybody. As a mom and a primary caregiver for a son who has muscular dystrophy, I'll give you a little history on Mike. He was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy when he was 5, and then about 3 years ago, under the, shove of a doctor, he went back for retesting and found out that he actually has Becker's, which makes no difference, as he said it's not going to make him walk now. But anyway, our little story started from the womb, I guess. I always thought whoever our child was, male or female, would obviously go on to university. So as Mike went through school with various challenges, in high school he thought perhaps animation would be something that he'd love to do, because he loved the computer. So we thought, okay, so he took a summer course in grade 10 at DigiPen, which is an animation company in Vancouver. And he thought, hey, this is it. So in grade 11, he decided, I'm going to go to the Vancouver Film School. So he took a 12-week part-time course at the film school. And at the end of that, he said, this isn't for me, it's too hard to work. So by grade 12, he started to think, well, I guess I'm going on to university, but what am I going to do? I have no clue. So I thought, okay, well, let's start investigating. And as a parent, we think, oh my gosh, what is he going to do? He's got to do something. He can't sit around the house all day doing nothing. So I said, well, let's start going to the campuses, the local ones. Fortunately, living in the Vancouver area, we had Simon Fraser University, we had UBC, and we have quite a few community colleges. So I said, well, let's start. So we went to SFU, which is at the top of a mountain. Then we went to UBC, which was lovely. And then we started hitting the community colleges. So our first thing was, let's see the campuses. Mike, get busy and see how you feel. Because that was the big thing. I wanted him to decide on where he was going to go and where he wanted to feel comfortable. And I wish I knew Isaac then, because it would have been really wonderful. But we ran into a lot of problems with accessibility to some of the older buildings on the university campuses. Either they had stairs and they had this little old-fashioned lift that went up the stairway that sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. So after checking a lot of things out, checking with the disabilities offices, Mike decided that, hey, he wasn't going to go to a big university. He thought he'd go to the community college close to home, because he could take university transfer courses there, which was fine. So he was still at home. So we went there, and he went to Kwantlen College, which now has a university status. And he went in, and the disability office was wonderful. They really worked with Mike. And I advise every parent whose child is going on to make sure you connect with them. And also, the course advisors were fabulous, because Mike didn't have a clue at this point. Animation was out the window, so now what am I going to do? So after much deliberation, Mike decided that, I'll take general arts, and he'll take all the university transfer courses. So he took a full course load. So he tried everything from history to psych to law to whatever, art. And after 2 years of general arts, he hit upon marketing, We had no idea that marketing would be in Michael's future. Anyway, so he decided he would get his diploma in marketing. Then after 2 years of doing the diploma program, he decided he was going to get his degree in marketing. So after another 2 years, he finally graduated. After my husband saying he's been 6 years in post-secondary, you'd think he'd get something. He ended up getting his degree in marketing. And one of the big things, I asked Mike, I said, well, what hurdles and what challenges and what situations happened at school, that I didn't know about? And he said, really, between working with the disabilities office, he went and spoke to his profs ahead of time. He spoke to the department heads and the chairman and made them all aware of the situation and what he would need. And he said everything went wonderfully out. Like his desks were there, he would wheel up, he had no problem. He didn't have to be concerned about whether he was going to be able to have a desk to sit at. That was all taken care of. The only two glitches, I guess one big one was, he had a night course. I got a phone call at 10 o'clock at night and said, Mom, I'm stuck on the 3rd floor and the elevators are out. Oh. And I thought, oh my gosh, what are we going to do because you're in your power chair? So I thought, okay, I said, I'll go over with your manual. And so I transferred him from his power chair to his manual chair, and between the security guards and this professor, we got him down the 3 flights of stairs. So that was the one major glitch. And then the other one was transportation to school. In the Vancouver area, we have a system that's called Handy Dart. And so their theory was that, okay, Mike, you're going to school. Each term, send us your schedule and we'll make sure that the bus is there. Well, they sometimes would show up, sometimes they didn't show up. So after, getting through that and calling cabs and various things, Mike got through everything and he's had a wonderful experience. His theory is that knowledge is never wasted. Whatever you learn, it's an experience. The people you meet, and it's like Laura and Isaac have said, it's a journey that I think everyone should start, have a goal, and do your best. And it's, as I look at our son Mike now, who will be 30 in October, he's happy, he's enjoying himself, he's doing the things he wants to do. And I think, everybody should try. Even if you take one course, no matter what it is, try and get out there and take something. Because it just broadens your experiences every which way. Thank you.